a little bit about how you feel.
He's muted.
Now you're muted.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, Devin. You're still
Devin, you're
muted.
muted.
I don't know why it muted on me. My bad, y'all.
Good.
No, I was saying, it's a dream come true. And spending the time with my fam and my friends here, all in my house in Lawrence. It's special. It's a special day, and I'm just super excited to play for this great organization and just have the opportunity and the blessings that God has given me to play this game for a little longer. So I'm definitely excited.
What do you think about sharing the backfield with a guy like Alvin Kamara?
That's a guy that's been on my top list of running backs in the league for a long, long time. And, to learn from him to, try to follow his footsteps in the best way I can, I'm honored and, I'm going to be a sponge as best way as I can just to learn from him and, hopefully pick up a lot of great things that he does well. So definitely honored to be in the same room with him as well.
Hey, Devin, what were your pre-draft interactions like with the Saints?
I talked to them briefly. Um, not too much. I talked to him at Senior Bowl. I didn't really have any extra Zooms or anything like that with them. But now with Coach Thomas, the running back coach, he was actually with the Giants when he was the offensive coordinator for me at the Senior Bowl. But that connection is still there, obviously. And now that he's my running back coach, it's special. We built a special bond and, we get each other. We kind of click in that way where we kind of understand, what each other is going to bring to the table. And, he's a straight shooter, and I really enjoy that about him. So definitely excited to be working with him as well.
Hey, Devin, how much did that Colorado game help your draft stock, you feel like?
I mean, I feel like it's just one of the games to my resume for sure. I was one of the games I put it all together, but I think my whole body of work speaks for itself, and hopefully I can continue that for the Saints as well.
Hey, Devin, I noticed that in your bio it said Adrien Peterson was your favorite running back growing up.
Yeah.
What made him your guy? What did you like so much about him?
I kind of, for whatever reason, my dad was an OU fan. And we always watched Oklahoma growing up. So when I was younger, watching Adrien Peterson, obviously he was easy to like as a football player and to see what he does. Then he goes to the Minnesota Vikings and does what he does there too. So he's just a special player, special athlete. He did everything the right way. And I just truly believe that he's one of the best running backs of all time in NFL. And hopefully I can follow his footsteps as well.
Is he who you would say you model your game after? Or are there any other players that you would?
I wouldn't say so when it comes to AP. I kind of, for me personally, I like to not necessarily model my game after running backs, but watch different running backs around the league and see what they do well and trying to imitate that the best I can in my game. So, I watch a lot of film. I deep dive on these running backs and just try to apply that to my own game as well.
How would you kind of characterize your running style and what you do and bring to the offense?
Yeah, I think I'm a patient runner that has great vision and great feel for different run schemes. I'm a make you miss guy, but I can also use my power as well. I just believe for myself that I'm an every down type of back and I can play on all downs and be well in the passing game as well. So that's just who I think I am as a player. And, I'm hoping to, do whatever it takes to get on the field and do what it takes.
Hey, Devin, you've been in Lawrence, Kansas your whole life, man. What's it going to be like to finally get away?
Hey, man. Hey, I've been waiting to get out of Lawrence. I'm so excited. So excited to go to New Orleans. It's definitely a spot that, I've been to before and I enjoyed every moment of it. So I'm looking forward to getting down there and meeting the team and, getting everything rolling and just playing football again. It's been such a long time. So I'm just really excited.
Devin, how did your Senior Bowl experience go?
I love the Senior Bowl. It was another opportunity for me to go prove myself. And, for me, I've always viewed myself as the underdog, and I've always felt like I've had to prove my way around. And, this is no other test for me. It's just another day in the park for me just to go and prove myself. And that's exactly what I did at the Senior Bowl as well. So it was a great experience. I learned a lot, especially from Coach Thomas. And, yeah, I'm just looking forward to playing football again. Like I said, I'm just super excited.
Did you have any interaction with Tyler Shuck at all? Obviously, he's the quarterback the Saints took.
Yeah, for sure. We talked actually at the combine a lot. We talked at the Senior Bowl a little bit. So yeah, I definitely have a good rapport with him. And we played against each other when he was at Texas Tech as well. So I know a lot about him. I know about his game and definitely excited to pair up with him and, see how far we can take the Saints.
Hey, Devin, what kind of scheme did y'all run in Kansas?
I would say we were more wide zone versus this year, but in years past, I believe we were more of a balanced attack. We ran a plethora of different run schemes. Wide zone, gap scheme. We were RPO as well. Certain times with play action mix in there. So I would probably say we're primarily gap and zone scheme type of team, but it's pretty balanced both ways.
So what's your kind of sense going to New Orleans with Kellen Moore? Obviously, his offense had a lot of success running the football last year with Saquon and that. And
For sure. Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I know they love to run the football and be well at doing it. So, I'm definitely excited to, get under him, learn from all of them, and just get my feet wet, honestly, and just learn what it takes to be in the NFL and be a good back in the NFL as well.
Devin, what was it like to become Kansas's all-time leading rusher?
It was special for me, and going into KU, I never imagined that being my story, but for me to achieve that at that university, it meant so much to me, and I was super honored to be that and do whatever it takes to win ultimately at the University of Kansas, because that was my main goal. And
Hey, on top of that, what was the experience like as a team captain last year?
yeah, I mean, I take being a captain very seriously. I don't think it's just something that you just put on your jersey. I take it as a job, and your job is to take the good with the bad and to always hold guys accountable. So it's not the easiest job, and it's not the most welcoming, especially if you know what it takes. But I'm the type of guy that does whatever it takes for the team to win because that's just who I am. I'm never a me first type of guy. I'm always about the team and ultimately just winning. I want to win a Super Bowl with the Saints and do whatever it takes for that. So if I need to take majority of special teams reps, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Because I'm just an unselfish player and I do what it takes.
Hey, Devin, did you come to the New Orleans for the Final Four in 22?
No, I did not. No, I was watching at home.
Okay.
Did you play against Kendre Miller?
I did, yes.
What are your impressions of him now that y'all are teammates?
Yeah, I mean he's obviously a great running back. We faced each other and it was a great battle and I always kept up with him as well. So, I definitely know about him. I know he was a great player at TCU. So yeah, I'm just excited to be, part of the unit. I feel like we have a great running back room and I think we're gonna be really diverse in what we do.
Awesome. Thank you, Devin. Appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate you all.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Devin. Congrats, man.
Have a good one.